Let us come over here. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Is this the right microphone? It looks like it is. And we're going to come back here. And we're going to come here and here. Yep, there we go. Dude. All right. We're going to do this. And we're going to bring... I don't even know where I put my... Here we go. Do that. Then we're going to do that. Works great for me. So I can see that. I can see my chat. All right. And then if I go to my tabletop, oh yeah, you can see my my awesome little my cards. I just realized I don't believe I have my letter cards are just mixed in here randomly in my deck of cards. So we'll just have to pull them out. Oh, I'm getting all weird and glitchy down here too. That's cool. If I do... What's that one do? That's fine. I don't really need it, but we'll put it over there in case I want it. And I realized I misspelled my message on Facebook. It is not an impromptu. It is an impromptu. And my almost always dead cell phone. So I got that going for me. We're not really calling much of a game here tonight. Tonight I am just, I decided to live stream the Making the Cut portion of my History Maker Golf Tour. So this is week 6, I guess. You know what I should probably do? Let's see. That one goes big with me. And then somewhere along the way, it's fine. Well, we can also, you know what I can also do? We can do a window capture here. That's not what I'm looking for, though. I'm looking for that one. Yeah, bring in my Google Sheets. But put me on top. Boop. That looks great. And then we can crop this thing. Nope, wrong way. Going so slowly. Nope, not resized in a way I did not want it to resize. It's fine. Whatever. No one's going to want to read it anyway. But it's nice and tiny. Let me put it over here. It's literally unreadable. But that's okay. Because no one wants to see that. So, if anybody does decide to come and talk, hello. How's it going? This is a really boring stream. But that's okay. Because it's something I need to do. So we're looking at, let's freeze these two, I guess. These are all my nose. These are all my nose. Looks like it. I'm going to change my zoom, make it even smaller to read. And we stopped Sunwoo Park. I believe this is my list of guys that are out, and Shinji Hanja was in, right? Yes, he was in. So I had just started doing this not too long ago. These guys are my outs. Or no. Sunwoo Park, he's an in, right? Sunwoo Park is in. Okay, cool. So my guys on the right are in. The guys on the left are out. So if they don't show in my list, Scarup is in. Wells is out. Sunny Wright is out. Stuart Ashy is out. Danny Gallatin out. Robert Bastos is in. Solari, Young, and Marietta. Marietta is in. And Young is in. And Solari is out. Hyde, Juan, and Foshi. Hyde, Juan, Hyde, and Juan are both in. Foshi is out. Sorry, Steve Foshi. Then we got Barry Wolf is out. Zeithofer is in. And personal favorite Shinji Kanishi is out of this tournament. Interesting. Su Cheng Tien. Is he in this tournament? Tien is out of this tournament. What is going on? Zelderlu is out of this tournament. Are there even any ones left in here? Wild. We got Ashton West. He is in. Watts is in. Jim Visotky. I'll end up clipping this down and then making an actual video for anybody that does want to watch it. Visotky, oh, I'm sleepy. Visotky is in. Trovato is in. Watanabe is out. Sells is in. Dewar. We got Dewar, Rodell, and Ingram. Dewar is out. Rodell and Ingram. H.I.J. Ingram is in. Rodell is in. We got Baru, Bellineau, and O'Donnell. O'Donnell is in. We'll add Jaeger since we're right here. Jaeger is out. Oh, the other two are Bellineau and Barreau. Barreau is out. Mr. Roger Bellineau is in. Millwood. Haikichi. And Messick. Haikichi is in. Millwood is in. Messick is in. We got New. And EU is in. Giannis is in. Magallanes. Maganyan. I'm feeling bad. I'm getting it wrong. He's in though. Figueroa, Kolacek, and Granbury. Figueroa is out. Kolacek is in. Granbury is in. Angelo, Sexer, Holt, and Reed. Angelo is out. Sexer, Holt is out. Reed is in. Robards, Van Geek, and Overgaard. Robards is out. Van Zeek is in. Martin Van Geek, sweet. And Overgaard is in. We have Pettibone, Pendola, Morelli. Pettibone is in. Pendola is in. Morelli is in. Jason Ollinger is in. Oliver Ott is out. Moolman is in. Wu, Yepes, and Nelson. Wu is out. Yepes is in. Nelson is in. Then we got Bonton, Thorson, and Rowetter. Bonten is out. Thorson is out. And Rowetter is out. Next set of three. Logan Smith is out. Matthew Higgins is in. Guiying Ma is in. Charles Thompson, Logan Campbell. Charles Thompson is out. Logan Campbell is in. I think I'm halfway done. Let's see. All right, let's go back to my little thing here. Showing the wrong YouTube channel information there. We've got Solomon, Sykes, and Sears. Solomon is out. Sykes is in. Sears is out. Right? This is my list of outs. Just confirming Zach Kennedy. He's out. Yes, Zach Kennedy's out. Okay, so this is my list of outs. I don't know why I put the outs on the left. Feels weird. McNeely is in. Tapine is out. The Semanowitz brothers. Marcus is in. Dave Jr. is out. Kumalo, Noon, Cook, and Marlowe. Kumalo is out. Noon is in. Cook is in. Hal Marlowe is in. Westermark, Vera, Christensen, and Parikh. Westermark is out. Vera is in. Christensen is in. And Parikh, I believe, is out. Yep, he is out. Tori Bingen is in. Gareth Leonard is in. Mazzanti is out. Abel Murillo, I believe, is out. Yep. There's one of my letters I needed. We got Bima Panda is in. Kimes is out. Dahlberg is out. Vasquez is out. Oliver, Reasoner, and Weber. Oliver out. Reasoner is in. Marshall Weber is in. Duke Vernon is in. There's my D-. Sweet. Gould, Cameraman, and Lee Song in this hand. We got Gould is out. Cameraman is out. Lee Song is out. And then we're down to our last batch of cards here. All right, we got almost there. We got Westinghouse is in. Copeland is in. There's a 1C. Dziskowski is in. Dustin Emmerich is out. There's a 1B that's going by the wayside. My Young Cho is out. Justin Wallace. Justin Wallace is out. How about Mr. Morisaki? He's in. Trent McAdams is taking a week off. There is no Trent McAdams this week. Hao Ning is out. Franz Hockel is out. Gail Honorado out. Evan Aldrich is in. Otelas is in. Co is in. Denis Bateau, he's out. Bateau. Trenchard is in. Bergman is out. Holder, Backus, and Galbert. Holder is in. Backus is in. Galbert and Sudbury and Service. Galbert is out. Galbert. All right, let's see. We got Sudbury is in. Kenny Service is out. Sorry, Mr. Service. Fitzpatrick is in. Aberley. I swear he doesn't ever golf. Rance Aberley's in. I was right. Rance Aberley's in. Doi. Damasio Zizi is in. Yi Chen is out. Robert Holmes is in. Adrian Rogers. Where you at, Adrian Rogers? He's out. Todd Ahrens is out. Got a whole bunch of letters here. Right, Isaac White. Isaac White is not playing. He's super bummed. Sakong is out. Demelmeyer out. How about Quesada? He's in. Newt Washburn is in. Nick Yarlett out. B and B minus and C plus. We got Patel, Harms, and Domansak. Gary Patel is out. Nico Harms. Harms is in. Domansak is in. Kang Wong is in. Stu Barton is in. Wilborg, how about Eaton? Can I get him on the way by? Eaton is in. Gooch Wilborg is in. Yielding is in. Stevens, Summers. We got Stevens is out. Sommers is in. Tsukishima is in. Dallas Downs is out. Vero is in. Chambers, and there's more letters. I'll have to lay the lays out. Chambers is in, and Bauer is out. Dokutai Takagaki. He's golfing. Gotta love me some Takagaki. Here's my D plus. All right, we got Kian is in, and Patrick Kieran is out. Lonzo Delucci is in. Philip Owen is out. Percival in. Valenti out. Winter in. Puchner is in. Andy Jansen is out. Harjula is in. Antonucci is in. Nijima is out. LaSalle is out. Celestino Garcia is in. Chico Fonseca is in. Flynn Glenn is out. Clive Kenny, out. Smokey Novak is in. Gotta love me some Smokey. Jurgen Bierman is in. Elliot Strong is out. Lane Hawley. Some of these names I don't feel like I've even ever seen. Alec Newcomb is out. Cameron Tullis. Ryan Brodus is in. Nope, Ryan Brodus is out. Marus Hirano is in. Hanacom is in. Arthur Byrne is in. Jitai Kung is in. Okay. Jesse Duke is in. Blake Sweeney is out. Ernie McCown is in. James Elfline is out. Raul Langley is in. And our last but not least is Tyler Gentry, and he is out. So here are our list of golfers that did not accept an invite. Nice big old stack. But we do have 198 golfers total. And this is our stack that did accept an invite. Boop. So that percentage probably should be pretty good. We are going to switch back to turning off this and just go to our tabletop. There we go. So first we're going to split this stack into two. Because of the number of golfers that I end up getting in here, let's get out 2 dice. I didn't even have my dice ready out of my bag. There we go. Dice in the tower. I'll just lay these letters out now so I'm not doing it later. Here's my D minus, my D plus, C minus, C, C plus. Oh, I missed my D. D. B minus, B, B plus, A minus A. That barely fits, but they're all there. Okay, great. Pop over here real quick, make sure everything is solid. Do. La 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 la. Hey! Whoa, 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 whoa. All right. Pop back here. We are good to roll. So we are going to take this group. We're going to split them in an estimated 2. We're going to find out who is making the cut through the first 2 rounds. So I'm actually going to split this very evenly. We should have, let me pop back over here to my Excel sheet. So out of 198 golfers, it looks like 88 did not accept an invite to this tournament. This tournament is the Southern Classic to be played at Atlanta Country Club in Marietta, Georgia. It is week 6. of my Pro National Golf Tour League, 2023 league. It is considered a mid-tier tournament. This is a purse of $7.5 million. So the way that I typically will end up handling mid-tier tournaments is every golfer has a 60% chance of accepting an invite, which means everyone's equal in this case. There's nobody that's awesome that's going to come in and try and steal that giant purse. Nobody weaker. There's no. It's not a small purse necessarily. So the bigger golfers aren't just disappearing either. So in this case, we just roll a die for each of the golfers, and if they get a 3 or lower, they are in the tournament. And if they get a 4 or a 5, they are not competing in this tournament. So that's why Trent McAdams isn't here. So we're going to take this stack. We're going to give it another shuffle real quick. It's a real super clean shuffle. I'm a really good shuffler, if you can tell. Really good at it, especially with these cards. All right. We are. Let's see how that looks. Smack dab. That looks pretty good, if you ask me. So this is going to be our afternoon set of golfers. We're going to split this into 2 groups. That'll be afternoon. And these are going to be our morning golfers. We're going to split them into 8 stacks. And then we're going to roll dice for the 8 stacks. And we're going to see who ends up moving on to the 3rd round to figure out where our placements are going to be. So this is a quiet live stream. This is me just turning on the camera and talking to myself as I do this. So what I'm going to end up doing here is I like making sure my stacks are actually pretty even when I lay this out. So I'm just going to shuffle through them, count them, and then shuffle them one more time as we get to that deck of cards. There are definitely ways to do this faster, but part of me enjoys the moment to step away and just kind of take my time with what I'm doing. The tournament itself definitely takes a long time. Most of my tournaments have sat around, or most of my final days, quote unquote, have sat around 4-ish hours to complete the whole thing. It's kind of a bear. But that's where we sit. All right, so we've got our 8 stacks for my morning group. What we're going to end up doing here is we're going to roll. We're going to find out who makes the cut after the first 2 days. Everybody else will go into a stack of did not make the cut. I'm going to put this stack of cards out of the way. I'm going to put a red chip on them like I typically do to indicate that this stack of golfers did not compete, so that when I put them into my software for tracking, they don't get stats saying that they were included in this tournament. And here is our first weekend, first day of golfers. Here we go. So we're going to roll our dice. Go. It is a 46, and a 46 is draw 1 golfer, and then the top 4 golfers remain. So our draw golfer is Angus Ingram, a 5C. And then the on a 46, top 4 remaining golfers. So in this group, this group is weird. So our top 4 remaining is going to be Kenji Marietta, a 3B. A 4A in Jurgen Biermann. And then 2 4Cs, one in Adrian Hyde and one in Trevor Noon. Rasmus Skarup, Ryan Nelson, and Ray Tuminello did not make the cut. Second group, that's another 46. So we're looking at the top golfer, the 1 draw golfer, which is Logan Campbell, a 2A, and then the 4 top remaining golfers in this group. So we are looking at Wayne Hawley, a 3C, Carson Rodell, a 3A, Derek Young, a 3B, and our next here is Jim Fisotke, a 4B. Ben Mueller and Devon Hanekom did not make the cut. On to Group 3. 26. Draw 4 golfers and then choose the top 2 remaining. All right. First draw golfer. Mark Pendola, a 6C. Ernie McCown, 4B. Cameron Tullis, a 5C. And our fourth is Arthur Byrne, a 4C. And then we're looking at the top 2 remaining stay. In this case, it's going to be Reno Trovato and Sunwoo Park. We're going to stick a 4A and a 5A. And Nino Puchner, a 5B, is heading home. Or watching from the clubhouse. Maybe he's friends with some of these guys. And he sits there and says, yeah, go. Isaac White. There we go. Group 4. That's a 23. We are looking at 1 golfer and then, 1 golfer and the top 2 remaining. So here's our 1 draw golfer. It is Gilberto Morelli, a 5C. And then our top 2 remaining golfers in this group. Ooh. All right, so our top here is Torrey Bingen, a 2C. And then our next is a 4A, Heike Harjula. Heike. No, Dokutai Takagaki didn't make the cut. Womp womp. That's a bummer. All right. Next group. This is a 56. Draw 1 and then the top 5 remaining. 1 draw golfer is Max Winter. And the top 5 remaining. Who do we got that's not making this cut? Because there are 6 here. It is a 5C. Jesse Duke is going home. But Fabio Antonucci, Taeyong Kian, Jim Zeithofer, Camilo Vera, and Jason Ollinger. All moving on to day 3. We got a 25. In this case, that is draw 3 and then the top 2 remaining. So here's our draw 3. 1. Celestino Garcia, 2B. 2. Ashton West, a 5A and 25. 3. Eddie Sykes, a 5B. And then our top 2 remaining golfers are Lonzo DeLucci, a 3A. And Yeriden Moolman, a 4A. Brecky Christensen and Raul Langley going home. Group 7 is a 23. 1 golfer, draw 1, and choose the top 2 remaining. Draw. Keep forgetting. 23. Draw 1. Well, bam. It is Chico Fonseca, a 1C, is our drawn golfer, and the top 2 remaining in this group are going to be Sheridan Cook Jr., a 3C, and Kevin Percival, a 3C. Going home is Aiden Watts, Sangram Sansorn, who has become a fan favorite here. Joey McNeely and Cliff Pettibone did not make it. And our final group of the morning. Shuffle it up just a little tiny bit. That's a 25. 25 is draw 3 and then the top 2 remaining. Excuse me. Draw 1. Hal Marlowe, 4B. Draw 2. Xavier Yepes, our top 2. Looking back here at Hal Marlowe, he's a semi-legend. I find that, and a semi-king. I'm very curious what his skill set looked like in previous years, because I've only ever played this with the 2023 Pro National Golf set. Wonder what he looked like in previous years. 25, we're looking at Oh, is it 25? Yeah, draw top 3, because it was Marlowe, it was Yepes, and then I guess if it's 25, then I draw one more. And that is Chong-Soo No, and our top 2 remaining golfers. All right. So Marcus Simanowicz comes along, and Robert Bastos comes along. Wyatt Sells and fan favorite Smokey Novak heading home. So our morning groups are done. We're going to do the same thing over again here with the afternoon groups. I just like the balance it gives. This was a recommendation made by somebody. I don't remember who. I should get better at it. Oh, we got a perfect number of cards that time. Look at that. How you doing, Dwayne? How we doing? I decided to just turn on this stream and even stream the boring parts. We've got our first half, or the morning group just finished their figuring out who made the cut at least to day 3. We're going through here and moving on to the afternoon groups to move on to day 3. And then we'll find out who made the cut. Or at least what the groupings are going to look like in terms of final play. I find it very interesting. Even on this stream, I went through my whole list of all the golfers that ended up making the cut and all those that didn't. If I do this, did I turn on the right one? No. This one, I don't even know where it went now. Is it because I minimized it? Maybe. Let's see. Is that what happened? Yeah, that's what happened. I'm going to go big with it here for a second. Come back to my OBS. Do this. Whee! And then we'll make my font a little bigger. I am doing well. It's Friday, and I'm happy we made it this far. So yeah, this is my grouping here of, I guess we don't need to worry about the other week 5. I didn't relabel my week 6 one. But of my big golfers that are not coming along to play in this tournament, Dustin Emmerich, Chico Fonseca. We've even got, did I put Chico in the wrong group? I may have. We'll see here in just a moment. But Shinji Kanishi is not golfing, and Trent McAdams is not golfing. Gail Honorado is not golfing. Su Cheng Tien, our biggest names, decided to not come to the Southern Classic. It's wild, I say. So at least some guys are going to have a shot at that $7.5 million purse, if nothing else. And if Chico Fonseca finds his way showing up in here, I goofed on him. We're looking at a awesome. Yeah, my kids are going to be off here in a couple weeks, so I'm going to have to figure out what to do with them. But as of right now, I'm still working the grind, but I'm glad to hear you got some time off and take a breather from work. Take some time to yourself, hopefully. We are... did I just roll that? I don't remember. We're going to roll it again because I don't remember. It's a 15. 15 is draw 4 and then choose the top remaining. Draw 1. Parker Melton. He's coming along. Draw 2. Gary Diskowski. Draw 3. Dalmazio Zizi. I don't think he's put up much of a fight so far this year. We're here in week 6, and that might be the first time I've seen him here in the final groupings. And Heath Summers is the draw 4. And then our top remaining golfer is going to be Enrique, the guy that I couldn't say his last name, Magallanes. Magallanes? That's what we're going with. We are looking at Snake Eyes. Top golfer only. So I don't even need to shuffle this. Top golfer, only one coming out of this group. And in this case, it is going to be the 2A John Westinghouse. And sad for Goro Morisaki, a 2B. He's not going to get to play. Neither is Adam Barbado, Ryunosuke Tsukishima, Daniel Kolacek, Robert Holmes, or Bob Kleckner. That was a brutal group. We got a 13 here. Draw 2 golfers and the top remaining golfer. Golfer 1, Jake Chambers, a 5A, and golfer 2, Lautaro Vero. And on our 13, our top remaining golfer that gets to stick around, whoo-hoo, is going to take a bunch of guys out. Greer Copeland III, a 1C, is going to stick around for the tournament. We got Carlos Quesada, a 3A, Gil Granberry, a 3B, Paul Botelas, and Benedict O'Donnell. I have to look to see what country Botelas is from, because that will probably change how I say his last name. Group 4, as I beat up my dice tower. Boom. It is a 56. We are looking at draw 1 golfer, and the top 5 golfers remain. Our 1 draw golfer. This set is the 2023 Pro National Golf Tour. I think mine came with the stars of the 2000s. Maybe it was 2010s. I don't remember which it was. But this is 2023. This is the first year that I've gotten into this. For years, I spent all that time playing fictional leagues. So I'll be honest, I haven't paid a ton of attention to the PGA and live stuff. So there were a lot of newer golfers I just wasn't going to recognize. So for me, being able to use a fictional set and put myself in a position of building a fiction attached to these guys is really cool. The last handful of tournaments have been, there have been things that have occurred that break my heart. Just as it plays out, because I like being able to cheer for an underdog. So we're looking at a 56. Our top draw 1 golfer is Casey Holder, a 6B. And the top 5 remaining golfers are, who do we got? Adam Trenchard, a 3A. Ooh, this is, everybody's going to come along in this group because no one's lower than a 4C. So Newt Washburn, Ji Woon Ko, Matthew Higgins, Tatsuo Shono, and Roger Bellino are all coming. That's a lot. Here, Dwayne, let me pop something up here real quick if I can figure out where I put it. This one? Is that what I'm looking for? Of course, it opens up on the wrong display. Bring it over here. And we're going to do this and this. And is it that one? Yeah, here we go. So I'm going to pop over to, is it that one? Well, that's not what I'm looking for, but oh, that's not what I'm looking for either. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. So I took myself off camera here for a minute. Here is where the current league stands with overall stats and that kind of thing. Trent McAdams sits at number 1. Overall, he's got 2 wins in, let's see, in 5 tournaments. He's got 2 wins. Goro Morisaki did win our last tournament. Isaac White and Yoon Lee Song are the other winners. But like I said, in this tournament, the Southern Classic here at Atlanta Country Club, Trent McAdams is not playing. Sucheng Tien is not playing. Goro Morisaki is out. Shinji Takagaki is out. So there's going to be a lot of room here for movement coming into this tournament. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, there's definitely something to be said. I know that this community does a lot of replay type stuff. Um, so so yeah, basically what I'm using is a FedEx scoring system. Let me see if I can find the way I set up my tournament. So the way that I set everything up, if I go back to this, yeah, here we go. So I actually, you know what? I'm kind of all over the place. I apologize. Let me also add. So the league that I've built, because I also wanted to go through and do something completely fictional, it is a 32-week season. So through the first 29 weeks, they are tournaments of different calibers. I've got 5 total what I'm calling tier 3 tournaments. Those are low purse tournaments. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 higher tier tournaments, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 15 mid-tier tournaments that kind of balance out the way that the scoring works. But 3 of those tournaments throughout the season are listed as majors. Um, so that's kind of where that FedEx system is coming into play. So I admittedly have not gone in and put the rest of my uh, schedule in here because it's a little bit of a slow process. But yeah, I've got it set up so that if they are a low tier tournament, like a low purse, they're only worth 300 points apiece. The tier 2 and tier 1 match or tournaments are worth 500 apiece, and then the majors are worth 600 apiece. The majors are always going to kind of line up in a way. Like I said, I've got 18 more tournaments that I need to add here into my schedule. But I've kind of put a decent amount of thought into the way that I wanted to organize some of this stuff. The way that I get drivers. See, I've been watching you do so much red, white, and blue. The way I get golfers in here, based on a recommendation from the Delphi forums, was basically I roll dice. It's a fictional 5-sided die that I roll for every golfer, and I just use random.org to take that list and put it in an Excel sheet. In a tier 1 tournament, A and B golfers have, or I'm sorry, 1 and 2 tier golfers, value 1 and 2 golfers have a 60% chance of being in, is it 60? I forget now. I think it's 60% chance of accepting the invite into the tournament. Maybe it's 60. 40% chance for mid-tier golfers, and then 20% chance for the lowest tier golfers. If it's a mid-tier tournament, everyone's got a 60% shot for getting in. And then if it's a lower tier tournament, it's flipped. So the less skilled golfers have a higher chance of accepting an invite to that tournament. The middle tier golfers are still at their same percentage, and the high tier golfers have a much lower chance of coming out and trying to participate in those events that are a lower purse. That gives a really nice balance. Typically, I end with about 100 total golfers that find their way in. I believe with this one, I found that it was like 109 accepted the invite for this one. But in the end, they're going to kind of find their way out anyway. So it makes it so that I get a nice randomization of stuff, and it takes some of the control out of my hands for sitting there saying, well, Trent McAdams would accept this invite every time because I don't know what his personality is. Maybe he's got a baby coming at home, and I can create some sort of fictional history attached to some of these golfers. As I've gone through and played, there are guys that are just not good golfers that every time they come up, I'm like, yeah, let's go, baby. Let's see. So that was our everybody coming in. So we are looking at a 45 with this group. 45 is draw 1, and then the top 4 remaining. Our one draw is Aaron Backus, a 3B and a semi-legend. And our 45 top 4 remaining golfers are Gareth Leonard, a 2B, Giyingma, a 3A, Tengen Haikichi, a 3A, and Nico Harms, a 3B. Lefty Meadows and Michael Reed are getting on a plane and getting out of Dodge. Well, in this case, it's Marietta, Georgia, but 56. We are draw 1 and then choose top 5. I feel like we've seen this dice roll a lot. Top golfer or draw golfer is this guy, Tom Sudbury. And then our top 5 remaining golfers. Ooh, there's some skill in here. Martin Van Geek. Love that guy. And Patrick Eaton, a 3B. And then we're looking at 56. 3 more of these guys. So we got Rongsun Damrangsak, a 4C. Bima Panda, a 4C. And the previously injured Greg Millwood finds himself into his first tournament of the year. That's exciting. Poor guy didn't even have a chance to compete before. All right. We've got a 16. That is draw 5 and then the top remaining. Is that going to be everybody? No. Draw 1. Ronald Fitzpatrick. Draw 2. Soren Overgaard. Draw 3. Gooch Wilborg. 4. Kang Wong. And 5. Brendan Mendoza. And the golfer. Oh, look at that. They're both 4Bs. John Reasoner and Connor Messick coming along. And our final group of the afternoon is a 26. We have no outstanding golfers. Interesting. Draw 4 and then the top 2 remaining. Draw 1. Ooh, there's Rance Aberley, a 1C. 2, Burke Yielding, 2C. Woo-hoo-hoo! This group's carrying some heat. Evan Aldrich, 2A. Marshall Weber. That's the 4th golfer on a 26. And then our top 2 remaining are going to be, look at that, Joshua New and Stu Barton. Breeze Kagadan is the only one going home. But that is, how did those guys end up being the draws and then we had to end up shuffling through the bottom group? All right, we are heading to round 3, finding out who is going to make this grade. No outstanding golfers in this case. Oh no, my great shuffling skills came into play. So what happens? I guess we are not going to have an 8th stack because there are no outstanding golfers. That's what we're going to go with. Oh no, I saw somebody facing the wrong direction. Good job, me. Yep, there we go. Got him. Oh, there's even sneaky guys in the other half of the stack. Really butchered this one. All right. That shuffling is going to be good enough because we're just going to lay these out in stacks. Take our time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. I am probably going to get sleeves. I do have the playmat. It's one of the unofficial playmats before Play came out with one of their own. At some point, I'm going to get these things sleeved. So here, I have to show something that, so whenever I go in on something, I end up going overboard before I even get to the point of using the things. This right here, I don't know if my camera's going to show it or if it's going to disappear it on me. There we go. This is my stack of printed courses that I've cut and put into their own little sleeves. I have, so some of these are official ones that I had punched and put in the sleeves. But I still have this stack of golf courses that I have to cut out and get in sleeves. And that might be all I have left. But I feel like I've got another stack someplace. And most of those courses I'm going to end up using for this tournament. I know. Tell me about it. Like, here's the other thing I started doing. I know you've seen me play through season ticket baseball. I digress. I took someone's recommendation and got paper CD sleeves and used these to store the teams for season ticket baseball. Thankfully, in this case, I decided to be slower about that one, and I only print the team as they come up on the schedule. Because otherwise, I would never play the game. All I do is prep to play the game. So at this point, I know it's been a few weeks since I've played History Maker Golf. At the moment, I'm just trying to find a way that I can stay on top of my projects. I need to get back to finishing my football one just so I can say that I finished that thing up. But yes, I understand. I need to kind of finish something instead of do 80% of it and say, next thing. All right, so we are here on day 3. I've got my little chart to keep track of golfer issues and perks. All right, here is our first group. Shuffle them up. Boom! It is a 13. Draw golfer contends with an A+. Top golfer contends with an A-. Everyone else is going to finish. Excuse me, Toronto Blue Jays. You're going to be in my way here. Maybe we'll just make a stack up here someplace. This will be my special A+ stack. We'll take a blue chip and call them my A+ golfer. And I'm going to have to give him a perk. So it was a 13. Our draw golfer is an A+. Woohoo! Cameron Tullis, a 5C, is my A+ golfer. And he's going to get himself a perk. Top golfer contends with an A-. So who's top golfer in here? Our top golfer in this group is going to be Logan Campbell. And he is a 2A. And everyone else here. Nice. Yeah, just making sure you continue to kind of plow ahead with something. The first play game I got was Red, White, and Blue Racing. And I haven't been able to get my official season to the table. I don't know what it is that is kind of putting me off. I've dinked and dunked at it, and I really want to do it, but I feel like I've gotten myself overwhelmed with so many individual projects. So once I finish up my Fast Drive Football XFL season, I'll probably get to my Red, White, and Blue Racing. But for whatever reason, I'm still struggling to wrap my head around some of those rules a little bit. I think part of it is just my unfamiliarity with the way that rules work because of how it's abstracted a little bit more to one turn is 10 laps around the track or whatever it might be. But yeah, like that's my next thing. Once I get through that, I've got the season ticket baseball that I can kind of play at a slower clip whenever I have time to do it. I can just pop a game in there and I can knock that out in an hour. And then as soon as I've got the football thing done, I'm probably going to get Red, White, and Blue Racing to the table. And in that case, I do have the Scram season. So I'm going back and forth between whether or not I want to use my stars, which would give me my Bobby Labanis. I grew up with Cornflakes, Terry Labonte, and Ricky Rudd Tide. You know, that was the period of time where I was watching a lot of NASCAR stuff. Mark Martin driving Valvoline. So I'm trying to go back and forth between, do I go through the heyday of what I knew at the time, or do I just go do something fictional like I've been doing here as well? So everybody else here is going to end up being a C plus. So these dudes are all done, including Celestino Garcia, Guillaume Ma, and Robert Bastos. Sorry, dudes. C plus for you. That's a bummer. Next group. Bam. That is a 25. Draw goal. Oh, you know what? Before we do that, this is going to be our 25. We'll put that there. Let's go get the perk. Let's get the perk for Mr. Cameron Tullis. I've got my little notebook. I'll write down my little perk. So Tullis. I'm going to also write down it was a 25 just so I can keep that roll. Or even, you know what? We'll use this roll for Tullis. That's what we're going to do. All right. It is a sponsor. And it's he gains the lucky quality. Lucky for Mr. Tullis. And he's always going to have himself a blue chip. So that's great for him, especially since he's a 5C. He's going to be able to use that. Yeah, as a kid, obviously, it's why they did it this way, but the advertising was always the thing that got me in. So I started out with my dad's Johnny Lightning cars and eventually expanded into getting Matchbox cars that were the NASCAR cars. So I'd get the ones that had the really cool paint jobs. That was always the thing that kind of drew me in. So that's how I ended up being like, oh yeah, Ricky Rudd's awesome, even though Ricky Rudd wasn't awesome. I just, he did something to stand out on the track for me. All right, here we go. This is a 12. 12. Oh, I'm on the wrong side of my chart. Oh, you know what? I had rolled something and I forget what it was because I started talking again. That's what I do. Yeah, right. They spend a chip as long as they didn't, or you obviously can't double it up, but that's going to keep him potentially in contention the entire rest of the tournament. Here we go. We're just going to go with this roll because I forget what the other one was. Top golfer contends with an A plus. Others finish with a B minus. So our top golfer here is going to be three A. That's our top golfer. Wow. Haikichi is going to be an A plus golfer. Tengen Haikichi. And that is a 12. So everyone else here is going to finish with a B minus. All right, that group makes sense. If Haikichi is a 3A is our highest golfer, they can all finish with a B minus. I'm fine with it. 34. Top golfer contends with an A minus. It's going to contend with an A minus. Let's find out who our top golfer here is. So we've got a 2C. Ooh, there's a 1C. Is that our top golfer? It is. Our top golfer on a 34 contends with an A minus. Rance Aberley. No, right. Rudd was one of those guys that, again, I was significantly younger when I remember watching him, but he felt like one of those guys that had to fight to compete. It didn't feel like he was as natural of a driver, but that also meant that he was willing to push guys around just to be able to keep himself in contention. 34, low golfer finishes with a D minus. Who's our low golfer? That's probably going to be that guy. Yep. Low golfer Chong Soon No gets a D minus. Sorry, buddy. 34. And then everyone else contends with a B plus. Woo! That's a lot of golfers to contend for a B plus. But if I'm only keeping like 12 golfers, we'll have to see who comes out of there. Next group, that is a 24. Top golfer contends with an A and a perk. Our top golfer gets an A and a perk. We got a 2A. That's our top golfer. Soren Overgaard is going to get himself a perk. On this 24, others finish with a C+. And that C+ is going to include Dalmazio Zizi, Jordan Moolman, and Marcus Simanowicz. That's 24, going C+. Let's roll for this perk. For Soren Overgaard, it's a 6 and a 3. It is a, ooh, he also gets the lucky chip. Overgaard gets lucky with a cross. How about him? Group 5. $13. Draw golfer contends with an A+ and a perk. Our draw golfer is Gooch Wilborg. And on that 13, top golfer contends with an A-. That's probably... Oh, did I screw that up? Maybe I can catch it right now. I'm going to pop back here to my Excel sheet. Because if he's not supposed to be here, he's not going to be here. Chico Fonseca is not supposed to be here. I'm sorry, sir. Go home. I caught it. Well, in the end, it still ends up giving a 1C golfer that other perk. It is Chico. I'm sorry. It is Greer Copeland III. Chico should never have been here. Greer Copeland III. What did I roll? 13. He's going to get an A-. And then everybody else finishes with a C+, which is going to include Burke Yielding and Heath Summers. A lot of C+. This tournament's feeling like it's going to be a real easy course. We haven't even pulled the par yet, or the shot stroke number. We are looking at a 4 and a 5 for this perk. Clubhouse Conflicts start the round with a die red chips. So I guess we got to find out how many red chips he's going to start with. He's only going to start with 1. He gets lucky there. 1 red chip to start. Gooch. Group 6. That is a 23. 23. Draw golfer contends with an A. Whoopsh. Aaron Backus. 3B. And everyone else contends with a B+. Who else is in here? Anybody special? We got a bunch of 3s. Evan Aldrich, a 2A. Magallanes, 2C. A couple of guys that could compete, I guess, but we'll have to see who ends up coming out of that group. And our final group is going to be a 25. Draw golfer contends with a perk and an A. Our draw golfer is Fabio Antonucci. Antonucci is going to get an A and a perk. Let's get his perk. Now, you know what? We're going to finish this now so I don't get distracted. The top golfer is going to contend with an A-. It's this guy right here, Mr. John Westinghouse, 2A and a king. He's our A- contender. And then everyone else finishes with a C. Sorry, friends. Gareth Leonard. Today was not your day. Finish with a C. So let's get Fabio his perk. That's a 6 and a 4. That is internal, and he's a gold putter. That's nice. Is he always gold? He is not. So he has earned himself a gold putter skill. Not for this round only, but he's going to be a gold putter. So we got this many A pluses. We're looking at 12 total golfers. So we got 1, 2, 3, that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I guess our 2 best B pluses are going to end up playing. That's who we're going to pull up to the top. So our top 2 B pluses are going to end up being, got a 2A. There's a 2C, a 2C. Woo! Got 3 2Cs in here. That's not a 2C. You know what? I think we're only bringing 10 golfers. These guys were all B pluses. I don't think I'm worried about bringing in any B pluses. So we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's going to give us 5 pairings. That's plenty of golfers here. These are all B pluses. These guys are all on fringe. Maybe they'll find their way in. Maybe they won't. So without going through and popping all these guys in my software just yet, our A plus golfers are 3A Tengen Haikichi, 4C Gooch Wilborg, and 5C Cameron Tullis. Our A golfers are 4A Fabio Antonucci, Aaron Backus, a 3B, and Soren Overgaard, a 2A. And our A- golfers are John Westinghouse, 2A, Greer Copeland III, a 1C, Rance Aberley, a 1C, and Logan Campbell, a 2A. So, going into the 4th day of this tournament, we've got a bunch of really, Tullis and Haikichi. Wow, that's actually very interesting. Tullis, Haikichi, and Wilborg are all listed as semi-legends. Can't see it from down there. Let me pick this up. Like I said, I've never played the Pro National Tour in previous years, but these guys are further down in the tier, but they're all semi-legends. So these guys had to have had some sort of following in the past. That's interesting. And even on the group of A's, we've got Backus as a semi-legend, Antonucci as a semi-legend. Wow. And then sitting there at A-, this is the group that's going to make their push to try and take this tournament. So, I don't know that I'm going to get the tournament in this weekend, but we'll see. We'll get this all popped into the software. I'm going to pop back over here real quick to my History Maker stuff. I put it in that one? I did. Take a look at our overall, I guess it's called FedEx Cup standings. Yeah. So, no one in the top 10 is still golfing, I don't believe. Or, I shouldn't say not golfing, but isn't going to be televised. Now, there we go. Logan Campbell. Logan Campbell, currently in 7th place, is going to be in one of those groups. And then I guess after that, like, it's John Westinghouse. Yeah, it's a pretty far fall down. Rance Aberley. Those guys are all in those final, bottom groups. Can I go to my player list? I'm curious. And I'll come down here. I should be able to quickly get to these guys. I can click on, like, Gooch Wilborg. Where's he at? Show me his player card. 4 events. He's not finished higher than 22nd, and he's currently sitting at an A+. We've got Haikichi. He's only played in 3 tournaments and not finished higher than 38th. And then Cameron Tullis. I don't know if there's a back on that page or not, but it's okay. Where's Tullis? Where you at, buddy? Cameron Tullis. Cameron Tullis has not made the cut in any other tournament except for one where he finished no better than 68th. So that is a fascinating top 3 going in into the final day of the Southern Classic at Atlanta Country Club in I forget where I said it was. Someplace. Somewhere in Georgia. I'm going to pop up this, and I'm going to make sure that I know it is in, so that no one gets upset, Marietta, Georgia. So we'll get that stuff all popped in there, and we'll get ourselves to the position where we can run that tournament. So, hey, Dwayne, thanks for popping in and giving me somebody to talk to as I go through and do this. I know it wasn't the cleanest stream, but as if anybody's watched here, it's not always the cleanest. So this has been Mike, your host at the Sports Simulation Spectator. Thanks for everybody that's joined, and feel free to come back, check out the Southern Classic when it does televise here on YouTube. Thanks.